BenQ, I really don't know why you sent me this monitor, but I love it. It's not too bad if you're a photographer, and I'm a photographer and I love video production. But this one is just strictly for photography. As you can see, it's a massive 27-inch screen. Now this is the, what version is this? This is the S series, and this is the SW2700PT screen. This has got a 2560 by 1440p resolution, so it's a quad high definition display. It's an IPS screen as well. It's got these nice little covers as well, so you can, it's basically, if you're looking at this outside or inside, or you've got lights everywhere, this covers it up so you don't get obstruction from light traveling into the screen and messing up what you're trying to look at. The whole point about this screen as well, which when I first got out of the box I thought it was to do with something that's professional, but then I was thinking, could you get away with gaming on it? And then it's not for gaming at all. It's actually for work. So basically it's got sRGB and RGB, and it's got 99%, was it 90%? I think it's 99% of sRGB on it. It means that when you're taking pictures through your camera, you can get exactly the same calibration accuracy from your camera onto your screen, so you never miss those lovely moments fading away. Now what I like about this screen, the screen is obviously IPS screen. You've also got where you can pick it up from the back and then take it with you. Put that back in there. So it's a nice strong base. It doesn't take long to put the base on. It's like 3 bits, so no, actually it's probably about 4 bits. So you've got 1, 2, 3, then 4, then 5. So 5 bits. 5 bits. The screen can go down like so, then up, and it can also swivel. So if I hold this nice and straight, you can swivel it to the left, swivel it to the right. Feels really strong and really heavy, and you can spin. Well, if I pull, yeah, this monitor's right up to the top, so I'm guessing that I can go forward as well, like that, and then spin it. Then you've got it in portrait mode, so if you take pictures in portrait mode as well as landscape, you can do that on the go. On the back of the screen, you do have DVI, like obviously inputs. So you've got DVI sub on the back, you've got HDMI sub on the back, you've got a display port, so you can get up to like 60 hertz on there, no problem, because it's just a bigger cable. It sends more of a signal down the cable itself. You also got you've got a USB 3 on the back, but it's a different size connector. It's the one that you would normally put on the printer. And then you've got a kettle lead that goes on the back. You've also got the cable that connects to the controller, and then you've got a 3.5mm jack if you want to put headphones in. And you've also got a release catch and a Kizit lock on the back as well. So you also got 2 USB 2s on the side there, but they're not 2s, they're just 2 of them, and a USB 3, and they're up to 5 gigabits per second. Also, you've got an SD card slot as well, so if you're using SD cards or micro SD cards with an adapter, you can just plug it into the side there, and then you can get your information onto the screen. But we're going to be testing this all out, so we can show you straight away. Now on the side here as well, it's got a little measuring for you how high you want the screen, so you've got everything precise, because photographers are basically want everything perfect. But the whole point about it is we want to see how great the calibration is and the colour density is on the IPS screen itself. But yes, this is a really nice screen. The base is nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall anywhere, so you can take it everywhere with you. You can take these off if you don't want them on. It's attached with Velcro on the top, and then I think two on each side. It's got like 4 screws, so 2 screws on each connector and one there. And then underneath is obviously all your button functions, and then obviously with most BenQ monitors you press a button and it does the same thing, but you've got complicated stuff, so you can definitely connect it up to the controller and have full control of it. So I've got something great to show you with the screen as well before we actually take it into the office. So as you can see, ISO is really high, so let's lock that down. 100 ISO, aperture and shutter speed, let's see, that looks a bit dark, but I'm only, there we go, and then I can look it down. There we go. So basically just mucking about my ISO, shutter speed and aperture, and now I'm going to muck about with the focus. As you can see, I've got this 600D camera plugged into the actual screen itself from normal mini HDMI into big HDMI into the back of the monitor, and that's all I've got going for it at the moment, so I can show you the screen, and it just shows that you can do what you really want to, and you can calibrate things as well. And obviously this any lens you've got or anything you're doing in the camera, you can check it out first on the big screen, so that means you can see for all perfect detail. And if you're obviously in the studio, that's where it'll be perfect for. If you're outside, you're going to need something really powerful to use this outside, but I won't suggest use it outside. But it just shows that BenQ have really have thought about everything. So there's me just like mucking about. I can even record this as well. Obviously it does take a while to get everything going, but yeah. Circuit, focus, get the battery, pull focus, then put away, pull focus. Or you could just use it for photography, what it's made to use, but I'm just showing that you can use it for video as well. So I can also play it back as well. So I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to just play back. Takes about 3 seconds. Play it back. So you've got my hand in the way of the camera. And there's me moving it around. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I got my little puck here, turn it into black and white. Then you got true RGB as well. So true RGB, I don't think, sRGB, and it's on standard I think as well. And then 3 is black and white. So this little puck is definitely worth holding on to. I think it's excellent. Anyway, I'm going to show you quickly how to put the shader on. If I remember rightly. Right, so you just cover where you can see the actual gaps of the USB and everything. You got to put it as close as possible, and then you slide it down, and it's as simple as that. It just closes down nicely on it. Fits really nice. Right, there's that side, that's on. Then you put these 2 sides on, and it's got a Velcro wrap over the top. Let me see if I can remember. And then this bit here is where to put your calibration module in. So you plug it in from the back, and then you have it so it's dived in, and it'll be on your screen. And technically, to be honest with you, it's calibrated straight from BenQ BenQ's manufacturer straight away, but I think it's better off that you get a calibration machine, or not a calibrating machine, but a calibrating tool, put it on the screen and calibrate it yourself, so then that way you know that you're calibrating to your own camera. All cameras are pretty different, they've all got different grading and colour correction to them, so it's the way that you want it to be done. But that's how cool I think this is. I think these bits could be a little bit more easier to put together, but that's how you put it together. So you put the sides in, and you put the tops in, and then you put this top bit in, and then you've got this little hole bit that you can drag and put your calibration tool in it. But yeah, I thought I'd share it with you because I like the fact how you can do all of this. It's really quite cool. You can go to all your settings on your camera and everything like that. Especially if you need glasses, you can see exactly what you can look at. So you can use this just for video production as well as use it for photography. But say that I'm looking at a picture, I can look at a picture all I want and then see how much colour I can mess around with, especially like with clouds, the sky, all that sort of stuff, and plants, exotic like animals and insects and stuff like that. You can really press the borders of getting a nice punchy bit of colour, or get the correct colour, especially because BenQ does all three colours that are all pretty calibrated and accurate to what you need. But yeah, this is definitely a good little puck as well to have to do things. It's pretty cool. But anyway, let's go and test it on the computer and see what happens then. As you can see on this lovely monitor, I have a model which I took a photo of, and I've done a few of them, but I'm trying to figure out which is kind of ungraded. So I've got this is nicely ungraded, and well, the whole picture's ungraded, I haven't done anything. And I've got Photoshop as well at the bottom, so I'm just gonna like put a picture in there real quick. So I've forgotten how to use it already, Photoshop. Right, here we go. So I need a photo, we want it in portrait, which is a big portrait. RGB colour, 8, oh, is it in 8-bit? Well, this has got 10-bit, so it's not too bad. But anyway, I'm gonna just chuck a picture over there, and then we'll be on our way. So, which one is it? Which one should I just pick? No, I've lost the picture already. Let's use that one. And then let's see what we can do. So from this angle, I can see it's not too bad. It's a little bit darker, but it's probably about 10% darkness if you're looking at an angle, but when you're looking at it straight on, it's pretty cool. And then I can obviously muck about with grading her, so I can give her a 5,000% temperature increase, which you don't want to do that. So if I do a little bit of grading, see what it looks like. So add a little exposure. I'm going to go with a cinematic look. I'm going to use this as a basic idea of what this screen can do. And in this office, the sun's gone down, it's going up. That doesn't sound right, it's going down and going up. What it is that the sun's gone behind the cloud, so it gets darker in here, so I don't know if it will reflect on the screen or anything like that, but we're going to open up the blinds. Now the sun's coming out again, I can see it. And then we're going to see if it affects it with the shader that's on here as well, if I can carry on doing the work. But at the moment, just do a bit of grading. Let's see, that's that looks pretty cool. What do you think, guys? That looks cool? Leave your comments down below if you think it's cool. If you think it's cool, then I think you're cool. But anyway, so that's what you can do. You've got the graph here for your RGB and all that, and you can scale it down and all that sort of stuff if you really want to go into it too. But I just want to show you what you can look with the screen. Now I'm going to open up the curtains and see if it's changed the dynamic of the grading that I've already done. Because normally when you're grading in video, in post-production, and obviously grading in photos, it needs to be more of a darker environment so you can definitely get the picture look that you want. So we're going to open up the blinds and then see if it's made a difference now. So yeah, I've got the sun's literally beaming in the back of my head. You must be able to see all the sun on my skin and head and everything like that. But on the screen, it's really, really cool. I could still grade if I really want to. I've just got my little puck, press that, let's see what we've got here. Oh yeah, when you're grading, make sure that you got it in the right format and the right setting and you calibrated it. Because when you edit that picture and then you give it to someone, so you're doing a wedding photography picture and you've done it all in the wrong setting on the screen, oh, that could be annoying. It's pretty quick though. What are we on there? Standard, and then this should be black and white. Come on, black and white. Ah, that looks cool. So you can just really, this is a little photographer's dream, this is, to be honest with this screen. What else can we do with it? I've already used it, tried it for video as well. It looks really, really clean for video, there's no doubt about it. It just looks really sharp and calibrated to what it needs to be. You can grade off of that and you can use it for photography. But they've actually made this for photography only, but yet you can do that and add a camera on. BenQ, why mama? But anyway, it looks really good. I like it. I think I will recommend it for all you photographers out there. I'll even recommend it for people doing video production. Doing post-production on here would be pretty good. I don't recommend it for gaming because it's not a gaming monitor, but I bet you could actually play a game on there. But it's just really slow to like get things going. But anyway, the menu is self-explanatory. You press some buttons and you got up and down, left and right, and then you got X, and then you got power button on the side there and an LED button, and you got color mode, brightness, contrast, sharpness, color temps, so you can go up to different kelvins depending on what you're trying to match through the calibration of sunlight and shutter speed, aperture and all that sort of stuff. You can match that through the screen on here, and then you've got color adjustments as well. You've got sharpness, gamma, color gamut, hue. That's what you normally get. You've got on-screen display where you can change the screen settings and have it on longer. You've got HDMI, RGB, PC range, audio, AMA, auto power off and auto pivot, resolution, notice. It's going pretty quick for me, yeah? Scroll down. And then you've got your own custom modes where you can do all of that. On-screen display lock. Let's go to color adjustment. That's what I'm interested in. I like the fact that I've got the arrows and I could literally work out what I need to look at. So when you program the puck, it's on sRGB, then you've got Adobe RGB, which I'm using Photoshop, so it's on RGB, but you can use sRGB as well. Black and white, photo, low blue light, and calibration 1, calibration 2. Depends on however you want your preferences to be. But if I'm calibrating something, say like in the daylight, or I move the screen to somewhere where it's a bit darker, you can have two different profiles and stuff like that. Anyway, 100% recommend it. It'll be a link in the description where to buy it. I think this screen is about £1,000 to buy, but it might have changed, but it might not. But it'll be in a link in the description down below. I think it's definitely recommended, and plus you get this all free. You get all the cables free, so you get mini display, no, not mini display, you get, what's it called? Normal display port, normal HDMI, you get DVI out, and you've got HDMI ports, and also you don't even need a card reader. So say that you're just starting out with camera work as an amateur or semi-pro or whatever, you don't need to have one of these things, which is what I've got here. But I can put an SD card straight into the screen, and then it just works through USB through the computer. It uses that bus speed, so it's really cool. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend it. I think it's really awesome. I like the fact that you can grab the screen, you can tilt it up, you go left, you go right, you can turn it into portrait mode, like so. It's pretty cool. 27 inches, you can't go wrong. Anyway, if you like this video, thanks for watching and all that sort of stuff, and subscribe, share and all that, and see ya. Bye.